Hello and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, playing with bees, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today it's going to be another thing. Today is my April reading wrap up. You want to see what I read? Come join me. Alright, so this month I managed, which I need to do a little correction. I forgot in my my March wrap up to say that I had updated one of my goals. In March, on the 26th, I managed to hit 22 books. So, of course, I upped it. This will be the last time I upped it. It will be upped to 60 books in 2022. If I pass that, oh well, it gets passed. But bottom line, that's what it is. So, I've now got a new goal. It is reading 60 books in 1 year. See how well I do and everything. So, to start this off, we are going to start off with, let's see here, I read 10 books, 4 physical, 5 audio, 1 ebook, and all of it was fiction. So there you go. And we will start with our first book, which was Come Tumbling Down by Shauna McGuire. This is book number 5 in the Wayward Children's series, which I've been really enjoying. I gave it a 4 stars. We revisit one of the old students, and it was read by Shauna herself. I started it and finished it the same day. It was a great book. I got it from the library. I'm really enjoying this series. It's been really good. So I have, like I said, the first book, if I had just left with the first book, I would have been screwed because I would have missed out on a great series, because I've been really enjoying the series, as you'll find out later along the way. Next, I read the physical version of Nothing But Blackened Teeth. I got it from the library. It is a fictional horror. I gave this one 2 stars. This was by Cassandra Q Shaw. It was a very short story. You know, I read it in one sitting. Um, I didn't find it as horror as I thought I would expect it to be. Now, was there some horror in it? Yeah, a little, but not to my liking of it. And it was just like, I don't know if it's because I like horror movies and this just didn't do it or what, but I'm one of those ones that was like, nah, it didn't do it for me, folks. So I was a little disappointed. I did give it 2 stars. And so, you know, I'm like, okay, we'll give it the 2 stars and see what happens. You know, I was like, but I'm one of those people that didn't care for it as much. I didn't find it as hard. Now, I'm not saying the story wasn't good. I was expecting a horror, and a short novella being a horror, I expected it to be that way, but I didn't find it as much of a horror. Maybe my horror taste has been a screw. I don't know. We'll have to see. Next, I read My Evil Mother by Margaret Atwood, which is also, say hello to Romeo, who is also the author of The Handmaid's Tale. Now, I got this free novella, was uh-huh. Rome's giving his 2 cents. I got this from Kindle. It's the only ebook that I did. I ended up getting one of their, if you're a Prime reader, a Prime member, you get 1 month. As first of the month, there's what they call the Prime First Read Prime, where they'll give you like 9 options, sometimes 8, sometimes, you know, it just depends on its mood. And I got one of the books, and then they offered this one for free, you know, a little credit and you get it for free. So I thought, what the heck, let me try this out, let me see about it. And I can honestly say it was a cute story. It was a mother-daughter relationship kind of deal. I gave it 3 stars. I can't see me grabbing The Handmaid's Tale, to be honest with you. If this was her writing, it just didn't grab me to the point of, oh, I've got to read her stuff. I mean, you know, so I was like, but I give it a 3 stars. That's not too bad, I didn't think. So yeah, it was okay. It was just nothing to write home about, in my opinion. Next, I got the next book in the Wayward series. This is the Across the Green Grass Fields by Shauna McGuire. This is number 6 in the series. I did enjoy this one. This was about Reagan. I wasn't sure I had heard about this person yet. It was read by Anna Marie Carlson. I gave it 4 stars. Like I said, I've really been enjoying this series, so I've been getting a kick out of it and listening to audiobook, and it's been wonderful. Um, and I was right. This was the first time I'd heard about the student, but it was a great story. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting in all aspects, and the way she's been taking this to places. So for me, I'm really enjoying this to the point that I really want to read something more by Shauna McGuire. I know she's got 2 other books out that I know of, that are not part of the Wayward Children series. So that'll be interesting to read. Next, I got Razorblade Tears. I got it from the library as an audiobook, by S.A. Cosby. I gave this a 4 star. It was read by Adam Larzea White. I might be mispronouncing his name. It was awesome. I really did enjoy this. It was a great mystery. You find 2 fathers who they weren't good fathers. Okay, they saw jail. They know what jail looked like, and it was a white and a African American father. You've got but their sons, who are gay, were married to each other, and they're murdered. So here are these 2 fathers avenging their son's death and trying to figure out why. And it ended up being really great, and it gave you interesting looks at the South's point of view of black whites perspectives in the South. So, I mean, it was really a great read. If you really want to hear what it's like, I would recommend this book to anybody. Um, I've been very leery about giving out 5 stars, but this one was a 4 star. I really did enjoy it, and I wouldn't mind owning it, to be honest. So I can always go back and reread. But yeah, this is one of those books I would like to own. So I might keep that on my radar. If I see it, I'll probably grab it. So there you go with that. Then we got the last so far in the series, Where the Drowned Girls Go by Shauna McGuire. This is so far, we're right up to date with the Wayward Children. There's still more to go, but this is the last one that's been out. It was read by Whitney Johnson. I got it from the library, audiobook. Enjoyed it. We've heard about another school. We've been introduced to this one school from the beginning, and you hear about it, but they don't talk about it. And now you get to see the perspective of the other school. And it is so interesting how she put this together. I believe I gave it a 4 star too. I don't have a rating on some. So yeah, and it was really interesting to learn about this Whitehorn school and the differences in the headmasters of both schools. You get to see that, you get the grittiness of it, and it's very interesting. So if you really like a series, and it's novella, so it's really short, it'd be easy to get through. So I can't wait for them to finally go through the whole series, and that way I can grab them all, because that's the one I really want to. There's some that I would love to get. Then I read Bad Little Falls for my buzzword of the month. For the buzzword for April was size, which was big, large, small, little, half, any sizes. That's what the word had to be. And it was called Bad Little Falls by Paul Doran. This is the 3rd book in a series by it's Mike Bowich. This is number 3. I got it from the library. It was a physical book. Give it 3 stars. I can tell you this much: I do not want to visit upstate Maine for nothing, because they gave you descriptions of the lovely stuff. So yeah, this was something that was like, no. I didn't feel necessary to read the first two books because some of it I think would have been very much a already been spoiled for me from this book. So, but I just didn't feel like I was really wanting to read the next three book or next. I don't know if it's two or three books after this one. There might be more. But it's basically set in Maine in the northern part, and I mean it was a good story, but it was not something that I was sitting there going, I want to read, I want to read, I want to read. You know, so this is a series, and like I said, I got it for the buzzword, and thought, what the heck, let's try a new author too while we're at it. And that's what I did. So, like I said, but it was a 3 star, so not too bad, but not something that made me go, I really want to read the series. So that's one that I didn't have to worry about. Next, we have the next of the series, for those of you know from the previous thing, which I'll link above, was Scythe. So this is Thunderhead. This is the second book by Neil Sherman, sorry, which is the second book in the series. And I got the physical, and it took me a while to read this one. Unlike Scythe, where I read it within 24 hours, this one I gave 3 stars. I was having problems staying with it. I mean, I did love the characters. We continue with the characters from the first book. And there was some interesting tidbits towards the end that was like, wow. But I am, it was an okay story. It wasn't something that I literally had to put my head back into the book. It was, I kind of set it down a little bit. It took me a while to finish this book, to the point that it lapsed twice for me just to get it read. And so I'm like, I'm now scared to read the last book in the series, because this one, like I said, it ended with an interesting cliffhanger, but at the same time it was like, okay, that was a good twist, and now it makes sense why they brought this character back. There's some characters from the first book that are going to be in the second book. So it was, but it was just like, I am very leery. I might go ahead and get the third book, and that way I can finish it, because it is a trilogy. It's nothing more than a trilogy. So I might do it, but I'm not for sure. The next audiobook that I listened to that I absolutely loved was The Assassin Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the beginning of the Throne of Glass series. And from my understanding, you should hear this book first, then go into the first book. I got this from the library as an audiobook. It is a YA fantasy fiction. It was read by Elizabeth Ians. It was great. I really did enjoy it. I was sitting there going, oh, wow. This gives you 5 short stories in this whole book, 0.1 to 0.5. It is about the Selena Sardassian, an assassin by that name, and her. It gives you a little bit of backstory before you start into the series, which I think is awesome, to be honest with you. I cannot wait to start the series up. I'm really hoping to start reading that one, because that was really interesting. So I cannot wait for that one to be start up that one, because I did love Crescent Cities, the House of Earth and Blood, and the Breath and Sky, I believe, is the 2 books. And those are the adults. So people kept saying, you got to read the YA by her. Okay, I'm gonna read that. And so far, I'm really liking that one. And last, but not least, I did manage to start, and I didn't think I was going to finish this book, but this is the book that I picked for the Book of the Month Club for April, Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett. Oh, by the way, the Assassin Blade I gave 4 stars. Sorry about that. This one I gave 4 stars. I was very impressed. This is like I said, this is my physical copy. I got it from the Book of the Month Club, and it is a mystery. It was great. I enjoyed this book. Sister trying to find out what happened to her half-sister, basically, is what this is. And you're getting a look into an area that is, I'm not big on New York because I don't want to live there. Sorry. My anxiety wouldn't let it. But this is giving you insights of different things, and it was great from beginning to end, how the sister fought for everything, for her half-sister. just seeing her find the justice that her sister deserved. So I really did enjoy this. I gave it a 4 stars. I probably will not get rid of it. There's now 2 books that I'm keeping by Book of the Month Club and 2 that I would like to get rid of. So all in all, this ended up being a pretty good, okay. This is already the start of May. So I've already set up for my May. But yeah, I did enjoy some reading. I don't know how much reading I'll get done in May, but we'll see. We'll see how far it goes. I'm thinking getting some of the horrors in, like some of my books from Nightworm. I'd like to get those in. I would also like to get the buzzword in, which is direction, east, west, north, south, up, down, cross, a direction. So hopefully I haven't decided what I'm going to pick. I think I have one idea, but I'm not sure because I started a series way back when, and I was on the last book, and I was like, I don't want to read the last book. I don't want the series to end, but you know, series do end at times. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So, but we'll see. Until then, if there's any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you think some of my ratings weren't good enough, let me know down in the comments below. I'm curious. What did you all think? Did you read the books that I read? Listened? What did you all think? Did you have difference of opinions? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, I'm hoping everybody is having a wonderful day.